So when we are dealing with the liquids, we call it as a physical sample. Storing it in some container, whether it is a flask or beaker or any such container is used, lots are getting triggered automatically once any particular event occurs. Even liquids are moving from one location to another location. Either you buy the material, purchase transaction has been done, or it from the production department, you are receiving the material. At that time, the lot is triggering. If it is a discrete manufacturing, then the solid things are there. Okay. If it is a process manufacturing industry, normally liquids comes under the process industry. If it is a like pharma sector and liquid, any medicine is there. Okay. So they have been produced in-house. Okay. So the produced material again is a liquid only. The production department also, you are getting a finished material as a liquid only. 04 lot is triggered. Purchasing it again, your liquid is there. It can create a manual sample also, physical sample. SAP, we specify the types of samples which are present, physical samples. These primary samples, pooled sample, and the reserved sample. First is the primary sample. Primary sample is taken directly from the population. Suppose I'm buying it from a vendor, this liquid. If it is a chemical industry or any pharma industry it is, then they are buying the liquids from the vendors. At the time of procurement, I am doing the inspection of 01. So those liquids are coming in some container. You will draw some sample out of it and do the testing. Whether you are checking the pH value of it or the clarity of the liquid or any other chemical composition of that particular liquid, you are any liquid material, say HCl. In the test tube, suppose you have taken out and now you are doing the inspection on it. When you take out the sample from this original container, so in which the material is coming from the vendor when I am buying it. So the sample which is taken out from the original container, from which I am buying it, that is what is the primary sample. Second sample type is the pooled sample, where multiple primary samples are mixed together. You are buying it in a bulk. Okay, so many containers are there, and it is not possible to test all the containers. I will take out, say, randomly from one container some sample, from other randomly containers I have taken out some sample. Can mix both all of them, and then I will perform my inspection on this pooled sample. Multiple primary samples are mixed together. If it is mixed, means it is a pooled sample. Instead of doing the testing on two different primary samples, I will mix both the samples. Okay, because the vendor is same, the chemical is same. I am just checking some property of it. So I will mix both the sample because both are HCl only, suppose. The inspection, because it is a liquid, I can easily mix it. That is what is called a pooled sample. Third sample is reserved sample, is again a primary sample only. Very small amount of reserved sample, we keep it aside. This is just for storage purpose only. Okay, reserved, that's why we are calling it as a reserved sample. We are not doing anything on this sample. We are just keeping it like a specimen sample. If any complaint comes, then you can check this same sample again. That this material is not good or something like that, then I will again do the testing on this reserved sample. How much sample should I take out? to calculate the sample size. In normal case, we decide the sample, right? Using the sampling procedure. So when we are dealing with liquid, then we create another master data, which is what is called a sampling drawing procedure. If it is a process industry, then we will be using master recipe and all. So in that case, a few settings need to be done in the header part. Okay. Then we will be assigning this sampling drawing procedure to our inspection plan in the header level. Then the lot will be created and the remaining flow will remain same. How we do the result recording and usage decision. Okay, so first let's create the master data which is required, and it is QPV2 1, it is 2. Normally for the creation it is 1, but in this case it is QPV2 enter. So this kind of screen will come. Okay, so here we can create a new one. It is quite similar to your codes and code groups if you are creating. Here also you will be creating the same way. Okay, either you can select this and create a copy of it the way you normally create in the codes and code groups. Okay, or you can use the new entries. Let me show you that I have created this test one. So what is maintained in this? So if I select this and go to the sampling drawing procedure, mandatory things which we need to maintain is your sample container. Okay, so in the drop-down list, you can select what kind of container you are using, whether it is a beaker or it is a conical tube, flask, whatever it is. Okay, test tube and all. And then here the size factor is there. You should always keep the size factor 1 only. Okay, and the fixed number is that of how many primary physical samples you will be drawing. 4 primary sample I am taking up. How many primary samples you will. After taking out, you will be storing in which container. So here you will be telling that container. Okay. Next comes the pooled sample. Is the mixture of the primary sample. Right. So I have taken out 4 primary samples. Then in the pooled sample, how many samples are out of that? We will mix it. The pooled sample, out of this 4, they have mixed them and created pooled sample. Okay, or you can create one also. Mix all the 4 in one and then you can make one pooled sample. Selecting, say, here, fixed number I have specified as 2 in this case. Size factor I said you keep it 1. Okay, and again you will be telling in which container you will be storing it. And use some other container. This list which is coming here is again coming from the configuration, because client might be using different kind of containers. Okay, so this list we create in the configuration. Reserved sample. Reserved sample is just an extra sample we are keeping. So if you want, you can take out one reserved sample. Again, it will be like a primary sample only. In which container you are storing it. Suppose if normally the reserved sample is the smallest quantity of the sample size. Okay, in test tube and whatever units you are using here, it will be the smallest unit here in this. Here, if I select say reserved sample, here I need to maintain the units. You can see here it is not asking me for the unit. Whereas even in the pooled sample, it is not asking me for the unit. But when I'm saying, say, reserved sample, and if I enter my fixed quantity as 1 and sample quantity again as 1 and enter the information for the unit also. Because that is mandatory here. It's in liters or milliliters or in which unit I will be maintaining it. So here, because we keep it small, if it is say in liters, so we will be keeping it small. Which is created. Just now I told you, either you click on this new entries create new one, T2 I'm creating, and I can enter, say the text again is T2. Okay, press enter key. You select this and go for the
sample one.
okay. Again, in that you can click on this new
New
entry.
entry.
Telling the primary, pooled and reserved sample data. I will be telling my container. I can select beaker and fixed number. I told you that you keep it 1. Sample quantity, how much you want, you can specify that. So this is primary, so we can keep it, say 2. Suppose the pooled sample, if I'm selecting, suppose this, I'm selecting size vector, again I'm keeping it 1. And this, we have 2 primary samples. Okay, so I can keep my pooled sample quantity as 1. I'm mixing both of them. Okay. And then in the reserved, we can maintain reserved quantity. Doesn't. So again, I'm entering this and 1, and the unit we can maintain in milliliters. Okay. Press enter. So we have maintained this information in this. Click on save. So we have created it, T2, MM60, enter this, and we can take a raw material, execute 700. Okay, let's take this one. Okay, we can take 100-801. Enter. Material is this. Enter. Quality management 2000 plant. And in the inspection setup, here you can see the base unit is showing in liters. That's because we are dealing with the samples. Okay. Okay, already inspection type 05 is activated for this. Let's select inspection type 15 is for the physical sample. Okay, so if you want to do the inspection on this material and it is a liquid only, so we need to activate inspection type 15 also. You can see the details. Okay, even 89 we can activate the details. Okay, and then click on save. So far we have activated inspection type 15 in the material master. Okay, which is for the physical sample, and we have created a master data for it. Need a sampling procedure. QDV2. Okay, QDV1. No, we will create a new one only. Okay, this is for physical sample I want. Physical sample sampling procedure. Okay, okay, this much is that. For physical sample, I'm using, select, say, pick sample, and present I'm selecting for simplicity manual valuation. Inspection point, I told you that normally if we are not using multiple inspection points, then we keep it default, which is without inspection point. But at present, I am using physical sample. So in that case, I need to select sample manager. This, and then we can specify, because I'm not kind of creating charts, so we can skip that, and my sample size is, say, 1. Okay. Save this. Okay, so this is my sampling procedure. US 21 and creating pH new one. Enter. Let's take it as a quantitative MIC. It's released. Complete copy model. Select this. B, and in the control indicator, upper limit, lower limit, sampling procedure. Okay. And then click on save. So now we can assign this pH 1 to our inspection plan, QP02, enter. Okay, so let's go to the inspection plan for the same material and press enter key. Okay, the plan exists. Select this and inspection characteristics if it is already there. in the header part, here rest all information is same only, that we are keeping the usage 5 and the status is 4. In the inspection point part, here we will be selecting 200, which is for the samples. Okay, which is for the inspection based on samples. Okay, so we will select 200, and in the sampling drawing procedure, here we need to tell the sampling drawing procedure, the master data which we have created just now. Okay, so select this and we can select say T2. So recently we have created this one. Okay, and press enter key. So it is just telling us that the sampling procedure should be relevant to that, because here this in inspection point we have specified sample management, right? So even the MIC should have the sampling procedure relevant to that. So let me first remove this, and then we add the PH new one. Okay, PH new one. Enter. Here I can enter my specifications 5 to 7. Enter. And in the sampling procedure, we can select our sampling procedure, enter, and then click on save. Okay, so even in the inspection plan, we have added the inspection point 200, assigned the sampling procedure. Now we can create a lot. Okay, because even 05 is activated. So let's try that. /n, and I'm creating, say, for Nigo, enter, put receipts against other. Okay, enter. And in the material, I'm entering my material 100-801, enter. And the quantity, I'm entering, say, 20, enter. That is 1000 storage location. Suppose this, press enter. Check it once. Item is okay, so click on save. Now, if I check here only, the lot has been triggered or not, press enter. And it is showing in the quality department. And if I click on this inspection lot, here you can see the lot has been created with the 05. You can see the sample is there, physical sample. If I click on this, so here you can see the details of our physical sample also. 2 primary sample has been created, 1 pooled sample has been created, and so let's do the result recording for it. Okay. So /n QA32, enter, just execute it. So this is my lot released. We can do the result recording. Okay, it will ask you for the physical sample. You can click on that and can search it. Okay, so this is the number, press enter. And here we can enter the specifications. Suppose I'm entering say 6, enter, accept it. When we select manual, now this pop-up comes. Sample, this option will come only in the case of physical samples. Okay, so click on physical sample. Here you can see the physical sample number is 56. 56 is your pooled sample. Testing on the pooled sample. Let's save it now. Okay, and refresh it. So it is inspected. Go for the usage decision. Enter the UD. Okay, so I'm accepting it. And here you can see the physical sample is there. The details of the 56. Okay, which is okay. And now, since it is a stock relevant 05 inspection type, we need to tell the stock. Okay, so if I see the stock report, here it is showing me in the quality department. So let's go back, and we can of course open the report MMBE for sale, execute it. So at present it is showing me in the quality department. And here if I clear this thing and move it to the unrestricted and then click on save. Refresh it, it is moved. Now we will go to the stock and just refresh it. So it is done. We can create a manual physical sample also. So MM02, enter. This is my material, presenter key, quality management view, and the plant is 1000. Here in the inspection setup, I have activated inspection type 15, which is for the physical samples. So when we want to create a manual inspection lot for the physical sample, then we should activate the inspection type 15 in the material master. The unit you can see it is in liters. So let's save it. Let me show you the inspection plan also for the same. QP02, enter, and this is my material plant. And in the header level data, I have maintained the inspection point as 200, which is for the inspection based on the samples. I have assigned my sampling drawing procedure, which is T1. Let me show you the detail for this also. That in this, I have maintained fixed sample 2. Operation, this is the control key which is maintained, and in the inspection characteristics, I have assigned one MIC with the sampling procedure. Let me show you the sampling procedure for this, which is maintained is with the inspection point sample management, and the size which is maintained for sample is 2. Okay, so let's go back. And the MIC control indicators which are maintained is that summarized recording is there. Rest all information is defaults. Save it. Now we can create a manual physical sample. The decode which we use is QPR1. Select this, press enter key. Physical sample which we want to create, the reason for it. Okay, so whether it is a code receipt in sample, or it is a code issue sample, or some other. So if I select say code receipt sample, and just remove all these things because it will pick the default previous data, because we will create a new one only. And then either you click on this physical sample, or you can press enter key. Here you can specify your material. Okay, plant is 1000. Press enter key. Maintain some text. So let me enter say test here. And the material it is picking up. In the sample details, we can specify the sample category, whether it is a pooled sample, primary sample, or is it a reserved or any other. So let me select say pooled sample in the sample container. Beaker I have selected. The sample quantity I am specifying 4 need to maintain the unit. Okay, so either you can select it from here or liter L, and then click on save. This is the physical sample number which is generated. And if I click on change sample, it will pick that same number. Press enter key. Here we need to click on this release flag. We have to release it. Okay, and in the sample details, this is the information which we have maintained. And in the inspection lot data, here you can see at present the inspection lot is 0. So either I can create my inspection lot manually. If I click on this icon, inspection lot create, so it will give you this pop-up that once you click on save, the lot will be created. So let's save it and press enter. In the inspection lot tab, here you can see the inspection lot number has been generated, which is with the prefix 15. So if I click on this display details, here you can see the lot detail also automatically linked with the inspection plan details. Okay, so let's go back. And other way is we can use another transaction for it. So let me open QA32 also, enter, and if I execute it, the lot which is created just now, which is in released mode. Let's gonna create another physical sample manually, and then we will clear both the same transaction QPR1, press enter key. Again, I am specifying my reason Sample for production, suppose. Press enter key. Here you need to tell the material in the plant, which is 1000. Press enter key. Description, say test 1 I am entering. Enter. And in the sample detail, I'm selecting say miscellaneous, and the container I am selecting say some other one, and the quantity I am specifying say 6 for this, and it is liters. Press enter key and then click on save. Go to the change mode of that physical sample. Enter. This is the uniquely identified physical sample number which is generated. Click on release, and in the inspection lot is 0. So let's save it. Now, this time, instead of using the inspection lot creation from the change mode, we can go to another transaction, which is QPR5. Can be used to create the lot. If I my plant say 1000 and my material is, then click on execute. So just now this is 6 is the quantity. Okay. At present, no lot is generated for this since it is in release date. So select this and click on this create inspection lot. Okay. Once you click on create, at present it is blank. Okay. So once you click on create inspection lot, the lot number will be generated. So let me click on this. So here you can see it is now 52. Okay, save it. And let's go back. Now if I go to QA32 report, if I refresh it, another lot has been generated, and the prefix is 15, which is for physical sample, manual creation. And the quantity is 4 and 6. Both are in released and calculated state. Select say this one, and we will go to the inspection lot. Here you can see in the inspection specification, the inspection plan detail has been mapped. Here the usage is 9. Sample, if I click on this sample button, so it will show you the detail of the sample for which we have maintained initial. The type I have maintained was good receipts sample. Okay. And in the category, I have specified pooled sample. So 2 is for the pooled sample. Uniquely identified number, which is given, which is 552. Okay. So both are in release date. We can do the result recording, select this and click on results. So if I click on this, I can select this and click on continue. Here, click on this for the physical sample. Press enter key. Select, say yellow, I'm selecting, and then press enter key. Status is 5, save it. Continue. And for this also, we can do the result recording for the same. Click on this, press enter key. This is the inspection lot. Press enter. And here I can again enter the results. So click on save. We can do the usage decision for both. So here even the codes which are coming are for the samples. Quality score is updated. This is the physical sample number 552. Save it and refresh it. So now this is left, and we can do the usage decision for this also, and press enter key, save it, and now refresh it. So it's done. For QCC 0, press enter. In the quality inspection, find this sample management, click on this. Here you can see that we have this defined physical sample. So if I click on this, so this is that same list which is coming when we select the container, physical sample container in which we are storing the information. Let me show you that also. If we go for, let's go to the display mode of it. Okay. And press enter key. container, here you can see that sample container is there. So the list which is coming here in this part, this is that same list which is coming from the configuration and here. Okay. So if you want, you can change this this thing also. Say 1000. If I'll double click on it, and here in the inspection lot completion, the storage location for the reserved is maintained. So this is that location where the reserved samples will be stored. So in the configuration, we maintain the storage location for this. So let's go back. So define the physical sample type. If I click on this, so this is that same pop-up which is coming when you create a manual physical sample. Then whether it is for code receipt or from the production or this, let me show you this also. If I go to the creation mode, press enter key. Here this list is coming. So this is that same list which is coming from the configuration that you want to create the physical sample for what purpose. So here we specify whether it is for code receipt sample or for the production and all. So in the configuration, we maintain these things here, like the container, the location, the sample types, etc.